Hey there, welcome back friends. In our last video we have set things up. We have already seen the console, how unit testing is done, how we get the green bar or red bar. In this video we will talk more about testing and we will try to build a unit test, a test case which will actually test this particular method. Now friends, here is the add method, and this method can add two numbers, two integers to be more specific, right? And if we check this test package, let me open up this class. We have this class by the name of math functions test, and we have this test add method where we are simply printing hello JUnit. Now if we run this particular method, if we run this, let me run this as a JUnit test, then what happens? This will definitely show up the JUnit panel where it is giving us the green bar. Let me expand this, giving us the green bar, and in the console it is showing up hello JUnit. Now actually this is showing up the green bar because there is no failure, there is no test, there is no testing which we are doing in here. And printing out something using the test cases is not at all a good idea, I would say, right? Indeed, we are not testing anything in here. Now in order to test a method, what we need, first of all, we need to have an object of this particular class, then only we can have the access to this add method. And once we have the access to this add method, we will give some sample data, and then we will compare the sample output from the expected output. So we will check the actual output with the expected output, and then we will compare the things. This might be a little confusing, but let me code it and things will be more cleaner in your mind. So it would be like math functions equals new math functions. Pretty standard stuff. And using this math functions, we will call in the add method. So it would be like math functions dot add. All right, so in here we need to pass on two values, right? And these two values could be anything, for example 10 and 20, and this particular addition will return a value. So that value would be the actual value which we receive. So it would be like int actual. All right, now when we add these two values, there is also a expected value, right? So it would be like expected value, or in fact we will only give the expected as a name. The expected value is 40, right? So when we add 10 with 30, we should get 40, right? Now we can compare these two values. So it would be like if expected equal to actual. In that case, what we will say, we will type in system.out.println and we will output pass, and we will add the else part where we will fail the condition. So it would be like fail, and we will add in a message as failed. Pretty standard stuff, right? Let me format things a little. Let me run this test case. All right, so the output is pass, and JUnit console is showing up the green bar, which is nice, good. All right, but friends, is this a good way of testing? In here there are like outputs, there is no specific way how our JUnit is helping us to test the test cases. We are not making use of the power of JUnit. Actually this is the old school way of testing things, and this is definitely not the way to go. Instead of doing this, we have the JUnit way. So let me get rid of this. And in here, if I show you the import, there is this import assertions. This import is by default imported by Eclipse, and in here we will make use of a method from this package assertions. Now this is a static import, so definitely we can directly use the method, and it is assertion. And there are like multiple options. There is a huge list of assertion type of methods, and one of the method is assertion equals, right? And there are like two values, expected and actual. Expected is the first parameter where we will give the expected value, and then we will also give the actual value. Alright, so in here now, if we run this particular code, if we simply run this unit test, then what happens? We will get a proper output on our JUnit console, and it won't show any failure traces. Now, for example, I update the value from 41, for example, and now I run the test. Now friends, there is one more thing. This particular annotation is the magical annotation which will enable us to test, which will enable us to create the unit test or enable JUnit to use this method for testing. And whenever we run as the application for unit testing, definitely all the methods with this test annotation will be added and will be used by the platform, by the JUnit engine, and then only we would be able to run these methods. So this test annotation is very important, and using the test annotation only we are able to run the test. So in here, if I run this test, here is the console where there are like failure, and check the trace. It will say expected 41, but it was 40. And it will also give us a couple of more things. For example, it will exactly show where the error arised, which is inside our package org.stdeasy class math functions test method test add, and here is the line number 13 where the error arises. Alright, so this is how we can like create the unit test. We can definitely create like many methods, many unit test methods, and every test method will get executed by JUnit, and we will get a trace, and using the trace we can definitely fix the errors, and finally we can get the green bar. Let me run this for the last time in this video. Here is the green bar, everything is good enough. Alright, this is the assertion method, a very basic example. We will definitely dig more into the assertions in our forthcoming videos. Alright, so this is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day and take care.